Welcome people, and today it is finally happening. We are moving into a server. The Meowlands is now in Java Edition, and it's also available in Bedrock, so I've made it cross-compatible. Now this video is about creating the ultimate server, and it is also a way for me to document everything I've done so that if I have to repeat my process, I can do it again. So here's the first thing. To create the ultimate server, you need a world. And you could just start out in an SMP and whatever, but for me, I've been building a world online with my friends for like 2 years. And here it is. This is my world, and I have brought it to my server. Now, to do this, you need to make your server and then move your world into it. So I'm going to explain a few things right now that I did to get to this point. So, starters, you need a server to log on to. So the server I use is Apex. I've tried a few other people and I just don't like anybody. Apex, it helps me understand the server or the files I'm using, and when it comes to running plugins, that's critical. I need to know what I'm doing, and it was kind of hard in other places. So get a server, buy one. I like to use like 4 gigs or 4 gigs, I think, and so it runs well. Now once you get a server, go ahead and name it and make it your own and create the first world. But then what you want to do is get an FTP client like FileZilla, and in that FTP client you just load it onto your computer. If you use Apex, you don't even need it. And so just from Apex, you want to upload your world file. If you need to get to your world file, type in, go to the search bar and hit Windows R, and then type in % and all caps APPDATA %, and then the 1 slash that's a backwards slash, or I don't know if it's forward slash. Hold on, I'll just type it right here. There, in the bottom left. Type that into your, if you hit Windows R in the search bar, it'll bring up your run command, and just run that. When you do, it's going to give you a big folder with your Minecraft stuff, and go to saves, and there will be your worlds. Drag one of those folders, upload it into your server, and then you've got it, man. There it is. It's in your server. But the problem is, then you need to go to the front page of your server client and tell it to open that world first. You can say, that's my main world, and it'll open that world instead of, say, the default world that you already made. Now, if you have any other questions about that, just let me know. But once you do that, you've got your world in your server. Now, once you've got your world in your server, you want to go to wherever it is you want your spawn point to be. For me, it is right here. And so I came here and I typed in slash, well, I've got a lot of stuff now. Hold on. Set world spawn. I typed slash set world spawn and enter there. Now it'll set you up here. You also want to go into your world settings inside of your server files, inside, the basic config files in your server. Just go through all of those and make sure everything you want is set up. And that's an important part too. I'm really going to tell you everything in this video because I want to remember it myself. So this is an ultimate video. Now, once you've got all your settings the way you want, the next thing you're probably going to want to do is protect your world. And what I mean by that is, if someone shows up in my spawn, they can't just show up and start breaking everything. I need it protected. In Bedrock, I used deny blocks to do this, but in this one I couldn't do that. So first off, you're going to need plugins. I've installed about 20 plugins so far, but there's only a few that I'm going to recommend you have to get. And these are the first ones. You're going to need World Edit. So go and get World Edit. Go and get World Guard. You need World Edit and World Guard. And then the third one I'll tell you to get, which I kind of really like, is DIN map. So it's DYN map. Go get DIN map. World Edit, World Guard, and DIN map. And what you do is you download them to your computer, and then you upload them into the plugins folder inside of the FTP client area, the same place that you were messing with your configurations. There should be a folder called plugins, and you go into that and just upload all your plugins in there. Then what you've got to do is restart your server. So go ahead and restart your server, and after it restarts, there's something you've got to do. There's just one setting you've got to tweak. So you need DIN map to know what your world's or your server's port is. So what you do is you go to your server. For example, I'm using Apex hosting, and so when you go to the front page of your server and go to the left, there should be something that says additional ports, and go ahead and add a port, name it DIN map, and save it, and it should be a four number code. We'll now go into the config file after you've restarted your world. Go into the config file of DIN map and click on the file text, like inside the file, and hit Control F to find, and then type in find TCP. TCP should lead you to a code that says 8123 or something. Replace that with the code you created and save the file. Boom. That's all of the messing with the codes you got to do. Save that and then restart your server again. Then when you restart the server again, everything should work. Now, if you want to limit the size of what DIN map shows, and since I'm talking to myself here, you're probably going to want to do that. You've got to mess with the world stuff. It's pretty easy. You go to the world file and then you add some text. I'll probably put that in the description of this video, and that'll make it so it limits where it's rendering. Right now, my DIN map is rendering the whole world, and it's so cool because you can look at your world in like a 3D model. Oh, took a breath now. Okay. So if you've got all of those things loaded now you've got World Guard and World Edit. So if I just clear my items, if you've got World Edit, type //wand. If that gives you a wooden wand, then we're in business. So my city is about like 2,000 by 2,000 blocks wide. I don't really have the numbers here right now, but I needed to go to one end of the city and the other end to protect all of it. And here's how. Let's just pretend my castle is the whole world. Not even my castle, just the keep here is the whole world. Okay, no. Let's bring it in even further. Let's say just the amethyst cube is my whole world. Well, what you want to do is right-click this piece, and it'll give you second position, okay? Now, run yourself over here and left-click this piece. Now I've selected this area. See, if you have, I have another plugin called World Edit Selection Viewer or something. I'll give you that one eventually. But what it shows is my selection. So now that I've selected the area I want to protect from griefers and stuff, I'll type //expand vert. Now that makes the selection go from sky to bedrock. Now what I need to do is type slash region region define, and then you name it. Like I named my other one city. This is spawn, so maybe I will use spawn for something. Let's define spawn. There, a new region has been made. So now I have spawn as a region, and just by doing that, it is now protected. If I wanted to stop that, yeah, I would type in RG flag spawn pass through allow. Now, this makes it so people can't grief this area, and you're gonna need that. That's really important. But then I needed a world border. So I don't want people, at least in this part of the realm, this part of the server, I don't want people in this part of the server going and exploring the world. I only want them to reach the limits of my city. This was trickier. The first thing you need to do is find the very middle of the square you want to block out. So it was my spawn point. 960, 90, 960 is the middle of my city. And my city goes out, like I said, 1,000 feet or so. So here's what I did. I went and stood in the middle of my city, and I typed world border center, and then tilde space tilde, boom, and then I hit enter, and that gives you the middle of your world border, and that doesn't do anything. So then you need to do world border expand, or right, what did I do? I did world border set, and then I did like 1,000. And so I went to see how far it went. By the way, if you want to teleport 1,000 blocks where you're facing, type teleport, arrow space, arrow space, arrow 1,000. There you go. And that teleports you forward 1,000. So what happened was, it was almost good enough. The border had almost reached this area. See, I have my city and then a void, and then the world begins again. So I don't want people entering out there. And so it wasn't quite perfect. So what I did was I typed world border add 10, and I just kept hitting that, and then I had to use 1 a few times until I got it just right, just how I wanted it. So now the world border goes exactly where I need it. It's actually an even amount of blocks that my whole world, my city is, and that's not good for the world border. I'm 1 block off. So you can go 1 block into the wilderness on the other side, but that doesn't matter too much. I'll just remove that block of wilderness. But anyway, that is the initial setup. Now I have my world created with custom. Let me get out of the rain here. Where am I in Crunchington? Is this somebody's house? Nope. Okay. I don't need my second position to be here. Oh, none of my Bedrock Redstone's working. There we go. Is it reversed? Okay. Oh, that's nice. It's fixed. So, let me see. We'll just chill here. Alright. This is a much better place to hang out. So, now we have a world created in a server. We have a world border. And we have world guard. So, nobody can grief my entire place. Now, there's one more thing about the griefing. There might be specific types of griefing you want and don't want. And there's definitely types I don't want that I have right now. So what I need to do is do region flag wait a minute. I need to figure out region flags. Okay, region, flag, and then spawn. So really what I want to work on is my city. So region, flag, city. There's so many of them, and I'll try to remember to put this website that has all of these flags into the description, because you're going to need this. But man, there's so many. Here, I'm going to have to do one like TNT. So say you do TNT, you would type deny. There, region flag TNT set to deny. You can no longer use TNT. Also, wow, I know which one to get rid of. I don't want PvP at the spawn point. So, region flag spawn PvP deny. This is so cool. So, is it still raining out? Yeah. Let's see, maybe we'll go down to the den of this house. You know, this is a nice house. I like this house. Moving to Java Edition from Bedrock. Oh, by the way, I moved to this world from Bedrock. Alright, now another plugin I'm going to ask you to get is Geyser. It's the one that lets you allow Bedrock players to play in your world. If everybody from my old world is from Bedrock, so I want all my Bedrock players here. So I installed the Geyser plugin. So all the floor plugins that I've listed, I'm going to put in this video, and I'll probably, wrap up the video. I could show you a few more things that I've done, but I don't want to waste your time. I'll show you a few more useful things, but yeah, I won't waste your time at all. I want you to like and subscribe and all that stuff. Make sure to do that. Now, one thing I needed to do when I got here was make big changes to big areas, and that's going to be an important thing for you, is to be able to edit large structures and areas. Like, how did I do all this? Well, I did all of this in a program called Amulet, and so I'll put that in the description too, is Amulet, because I could not have made this world without Amulet. Not in Bedrock. Now that I'm in Java Edition, I feel like I could do some stuff, some pretty cool stuff. Okay, now check this out. Here's my problem. All of this. So let's give myself some night vision. Okay. Now say you want to get rid of a large area of stuff like this. You could click one piece. Then I could go over here and say, well, that's really enough. So now I just need to dig down here. Bump, 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 bump. All right, there we go. Whoa. Now I'm gonna grab a big square of this stuff by clicking here. What does that say? That's 165,000 blocks. That's not too bad. So I'm gonna type / and then set air. That completely removes all of those blocks. That is so useful. Now my position 2 is down there in that corner, remember. So now if I wanted to keep rolling with this technique and remove some more blocks, in fact, I'm gonna grab a lot more this time. I would use my left click again. Now I've got like 250,000 blocks, and I'm just gonna set air again. I don't need all of these caves underneath my world. They're just here by kind of accident now. When I cloned my entire world, I forgot to clone below 0. Hence all of this. So now I'm gonna go through. I could do it in Amulet pretty quickly, but Amulet's like an external program and it takes a while. So I'd prefer to do it this way. And looking, I can affect like, I could probably do 1,000,000 blocks and get away with it. Just totally munching up this stuff. Oh, there is a lot of it. Well, what is this video but an experiment? Let's see how far we can go. Let's see how like 1,000,000 blocks will be. If I take that and I go way over here. There, that's probably 1,000,000 blocks. Nope. Just a bit more than half. Now, I also have fast async world edit, or FAW. It's probably why this is so easy. Regular world edit might not be able to do this at the scale I'm doing it at. So we're gonna get you all of those plugins. And with all of that, you can start doing heavy construction on building a server. And eventually, we're going to take control of all these mobs and everything. It's going to be so much a custom server. I'm going to have multiverse. I won't even touch that plugin yet. But yeah, I probably want to go get multiverse too. And this is Meowlands. Meowlands.apexmc.co. That's the name of it. If you want to come here, it's all in the description. We need moderators and builders and stuffs like that. So come on, come to the Meowlands. Anyway, I'm going to work on construction more. And when I have another video, you'll get it. See ya.